Hello everybody, this is Ody Knight of the Lifetime Backlog, and I am joined by my co-host, Beetorias.
Sup, gamers?
Yes.
How we doing, Ody?
Doing alright, how are you? Been keeping busy?
I'm bored.
Bored? Really?
Yeah, not so busy. Yeah, more bored than busy. But I will be busy later in this week.
Yeah, you going back to school soon?
Yeah, I need to sign up for my courses. Register to my courses. No, it's like some site bureaucracy stuff. It's difficult.
Yeah.
But I'll handle it.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm past that at that point, so now I just gotta get a job that's completely irrelevant to whatever I actually studied.
Yeah, that's what most people do.
Yeah. So, in this episode of Chat Around the Bonfire, we're gonna get more up to the nose of what exactly we're about. We talk about a lot of things on here.
And you do know what we're about, right?
Yeah. We are Dark Souls fans, and therefore it wouldn't be right unless we actually talk about Dark Souls.
Exactly.
So we're a little. We've already played enough of vanilla Dark Souls, but what if we played a modded version of Dark Souls? Right? Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Like we're not going to be riding on My Little Pony or anything. So we're just what we have here is a modded version of the Dark Souls Remastered, but with a lighting mod to make it look not so sterile as the remaster did, and an aggression mod so that enemies have a proc range of 1,000 miles to make the experience just a little bit more different. Nothing too far involved. This particular run is on New Game Plus 3, so the build has already been built. It's actually one of my favorite builds to do with Dark Souls. It's a faith augmentation build, is what it is. It's actually kind of difficult to actually do in Dark Souls, the first one. Dark Souls 3 actually has, in my opinion, the better augmentation build, more options. It just means that you're using a lot of
magic weapons.
No, not magic weapons, but what you're using are the sunlight and dark moon blade buffs to enhance a weapon that can be augmented. That's what it's called. And you also will have a bunch of papers on, poison paper, fire paper, stuff like that on the side. So this is a much more faith-focused build. It's pretty tight. You know me. I wouldn't make a build that had any fat edges on it. This one is pretty strong. You're going to get to see it in action, especially since I have to put up with enemies rushing in from all sides all at once. So let's go ahead and kick this off.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, yeah. It's no New Game Plus 7, but New Game Plus 3 with aggression modded is nothing to sneeze at. So let's go ahead and kick this off, shall we? There we go.
Yeah, it's strange. Okay.
Yeah, right there. Right on the money. Okay. Forget the opening cutscene. We're just going to immediately jump in. Yes, indeed.
Oh, boy. So, Ody.
Yes?
What do you think about, Dark Souls 1 in general?
I think it's one of my favorite games.
Why would you place it amongst the trilogy?
I think it's one of the best games of all time. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I wouldn't know who I am as a person without Dark Souls, honestly.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all, Ody?
Yeah, it's like you know where you were when Dark Souls changed you as a person.
Yeah.
If I didn't have Dark Souls, we wouldn't have met. In fact, I wouldn't have met many of the friends.
That is correct.
I wouldn't have many of the friends that I have today without Dark Souls, honestly. And among... Yeah?
Right, my first Dark Souls game was Dark Souls 2, which I didn't exactly enjoy it, but, I had a lot of fun with it. But Dark Souls 3 was really it for me. No, Dark Souls 2 was it. I really did like that game.
Yeah.
And Dark Souls 1, I tried playing it on my sister's laptop, not the remastered one, the original one.
Yeah.
So what happened was that I really liked the first part of the game. Like, you're thrown into this, very strange biome, You
Yeah,
know, it's really good. But like the second half, it's just when you get the fast traveling thing,
yeah, the warp.
it really starts to feel like a chore. No, it starts to feel like a shopping list. I didn't
Really?
enjoy the second half a lot. I think I stopped playing after meeting Ornstein and Smoke.
You know what? You're not alone
That's
in
what
that
happened.
opinion. You're not alone in that opinion. There are many people that think that Dark Souls' second half feels a little disparate, since you mostly are just teleporting around, and a lot of the level
Yeah,
design just leads to dead ends.
yeah. I'm
I
not even talking about Lost Isleth.
mm, Lost Islip has definitely been very cut down from what it
Yeah,
was
I know.
supposed to be.
I've heard
Uh,
about it.
I don't necessarily super agree with everyone. Okay. Just a quick second. You can
Oh,
see my build
let's see the build.
stats right here. Wanted to show them to the world. 43 Vitality, 16 Atonement, 52 Endurance, 14 Strength, 30 Dexterity, and 30 Faith. Dark Moonblade +1. You can see that I
Looks
have
pretty balanced.
the Falchion as well at +15. I have the Obsidian Greatsword at +5. Everything upgraded. Big fat numbers for everything I got right there. It's the Mother's Mask, the Paladin Armor, Giant Leggings, Elite Nikons. Yeah, check it out. We got the Obsidian Greatsword. That's quite a difficult weapon to get.
Can you actually enhance that weapon?
Yes, you can augment it, and you can get it to +5. So you have the minimum stat requirements, but you get the full effect of the damage. So with the addition of Dark Moonblade, it's actually extremely strong. It's very powerful. Uh,
So why do you keep the Falchion?
I keep the Falchion just for doing small stuff. It's
Okay.
mostly, Obsidian Greatsword still has a Greatsword moveset, so it's not the fastest thing in the world.
Okay.
The Falchion is just a nice, decent weapon to go with. Something decently fast. It has not the best base damage, but when augmented, it's pretty strong. Okay, and we're taking on
That's
the
fair.
Asylum Demon. Yeah.
This will be quick.
Yeah, of course.
Very
Done.
quick, in fact.
Done right away. And here I go into the menu because, ooh, don't do that.
Oh,
Uh,
that would be awful. But you
yeah,
have three of those, so it's fine.
yeah, I have 3 of those. Yeah, I just put on the Silver Serpent Ring real quick to get
To
some
get the
extra
bonus, yeah, that makes
souls.
sense.
Yeah, real quick into
I didn't know that
menus.
you get the bonus from the bosses also.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, right. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this build. I've made hundreds of different builds, and I feel like I always come back to this one a lot. Yeah, damn it. I would have showed you that, like, the base damage for the Obsidian Greatsword is 480, but with the, oh, crap. Yeah. That,
Be careful now.
yeah. The aggression build affects a lot of enemies, so a lot of them are kind of running around, oops, being crazy. Okay,
Yeah, I can see it.
alright. I had some movie trivia that I wanted to share with you,
Oh yeah,
actually. Yeah. Uh, since
my
it's
favorite.
going to be a bit before anything new comes up. So, uh, this isn't any relevant news today. I just found it very interesting, and I just had to share it. So, the other day, I was editing and working and whatnot, and it was like, it's late, the wife is out, I'm going to put a movie on, and I just happened to come across Big. Yeah, you know the movie Big, right?
Tom Hanks.
That's a Tom Hanks movie, one of his
Right.
probably his bigger name roles in the 80s before he really got super big in the 90s going
Yeah,
forward.
he's a pretty big name now, but maybe
Hmm.
not so in the 80s.
Yeah, so like before then he'd done stuff like Bachelor Party and whatnot. So
Yeah,
Big's one of
whatever.
his big roles in the 80s, you could say.
Nice pun.
I'm going to hell. Anyway, so Big actually has quite the strange production history, mostly centered on the casting. In case you don't know, Big is the story of a 12-year-old who finds a Zoltar machine, which is a little racist, and wishes that he were big. That doesn't mean
Oh
like he's
dear.
gonna. That doesn't mean he's gonna blow up like the Hindenburg or become the baby, and like I blew up the baby or anything. I blew up the kid. Instead, it actually turns him into an adult man. So
Oh dear.
overnight, he goes to bed, and overnight he turns from a 12-year-old boy into 30-year-old Tom Hanks. So
What a beautiful thing to happen to somebody.
yeah,
One day you wake up and you're Tom Hanks.
it's just like I skipped over puberty. Thank God.
The worst part.
But then again, no one wants to be the 30-year-old virgin.
Yeah, I would prefer to stay in my 20s, really.
Yeah. Anyway.
30s when you get your knee pains and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's when you start getting your elbow joints, your knee pains. And you're given your official bathrobe to wear.
No, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So, Big actually has quite the story of its casting of who was actually going to play the role of a 12-year-old in an adult's body. So, apparently, Steven Spielberg was attached to direct this film at one point. And,
really?
Yeah. I think it was mostly because his sister Anne Spielberg was writing.
Yeah, that's nice of him.
And he wanted Harrison Ford to play the part. Can you imagine Indiana Jones? Like, it would have been like this movie came out in 1987. Fucking like The Last Crusade was going to come out 2 years later. Like, were people going to be like making fun of Harrison Ford for playing a 12-year-old?
Yeah. Star Wars was out by then, right?
Yeah, Star Wars
was and stuff.
The last Star Wars movie was 1983, so yeah,
okay.
Obviously. Apparently,
yeah. Where are we going next?
Okay, so speaking on Dark Souls right here. What's going to happen is that we're actually going to take the canon path.
Okay.
Usually, over the past decade now, I have always taken the Master Key and take the broken path right from the start to immediately take care of the Black Knight and Havel, and to get the Favor Ring off of Lautrec, basically in like the first 5 minutes. So that's what I usually do at the start of a new run anyway, because I want to get my build working as fast as possible. Yeah. But we're actually, since we're on New Game Plus 3 and we're aggression modded, whoa! Yeah. Small fries are running into Firelink at this point. That's going to keep happening. But
that's funny.
We're going to take the canon path.
Thank God the skeletons aren't coming here.
Yeah. We're going to take the canon path because that's what the developers intended, and we'll see just how the mod changes the experience.
Can you see the difference in lighting just by looking here?
Yeah, I feel like at some point I do go into the lighting mod to show you the difference between the flat sterile version versus the new version we have here with the better saturation, HDR and whatnot going on. So back to Big.
Okay. Yeah, let's go back to Big.
Harrison Ford out. Spielberg out. Apparently his son was being born. Steven Spielberg's son was being born, so he was occupied with that at the time. So comes the long list of possible actors to play the role of a 12-year-old in an adult body, in a 30-year-old body. Kevin Costner was actually offered the role as well. And it's just like, Kevin Costner? Really? At the time, he would have been in The Untouchables, and he already had been in, like, The Bodyguard. The Bodyguard actually
not yet.
Yeah, not that, yeah, I skipped a beat there. The Bodyguard came out later, and certainly later it would include Dances with Wolves. And it's just like, man, could Kevin Costner convincingly play a 12-year-old in an adult's body? I don't know. I don't know about that. You're telling me the guy in Waterworld, the guy that Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, could play a 12-year-old? I don't see it. But you know what? Another person who was offered the role, Steve Guttenberg. You know what? I could see Steve Guttenberg playing a 12-year-old, especially 80s Guttenberg.
Okay, his face, you can
yeah,
tell that as a child's face, kind of. Maybe he looks kind of like
yeah.
goofy.
His hair looks like a Brillo, honestly.
Yeah, he
Uh,
looks goofy. He could do it.
yeah. So movies around that time: Police Academy, Three Men and a Baby, Short Circuit. Yeah, he could have done it, possibly. But the next one, it blows my mind that this is even a true thing. Warren Beatty was offered the role. Like, one of the last big name actors of the golden age of Hollywood was offered the role to play a 12-year-old.
Apparently, he played Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah,
He's that old.
he was Clyde in Bonnie and Clyde, and like, come on. The guy was like 50 when he was offered the role of a 12-year-old. 50? There's a scene in this movie where the kid goes to sleep in his like underwear, in his like kid patterned superhero underwear, and then wakes up as an adult. Whoa!
Oof.
So would Warren Beatty have like woken up in like a child's bunk bed wearing like patterned pajamas or something? That just sounds insane to me. Like, who would do this?
The
Okay.
director, apparently.
Another actor who was offered the role. This is a long list. It goes on forever.
You're getting shot at constantly.
Yeah, there's enemies coming in from every direction, from behind, from below. Yeah, it's just the ads right now.
It's just
Small
like Dark
fries.
Souls 2.
Yeah, at least it doesn't have Dark Souls hitbox. It doesn't have DS2 hitboxes. They're coming across the bridge too now. I also I'm surprised it's not pulling those guys with throwing the fire down. We're not going to bother with the bonfire, actually, because we don't want all the enemies to respawn and, jump all over me. So another actor that was offered the role was Dennis Quaid, actually. That's kind of crazy to me, because Dennis Quaid was in The Right Stuff. That's a favorite movie of mine. And, he was in The Big Easy. And it's like I don't see it. It's just I don't... no.
Not really.
It's just was the joke just having serious actors play a child? I hope not. But talking about serious actors, another person who was offered the role, Matthew Modine. In case you don't know, Matthew Modine was in Full Metal Jacket. Yes, Stanley Kubrick movie. He played Joker in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, the main character. And this was just last year.
Yeah, it's no.
Oh, he also played in Oppenheimer, apparently.
Oh, no. He was in Oppenheimer recently. Yeah, he was a side character. Yeah, no. I'm gonna put a big fat no to Matthew Modine playing a 12-year-old.
Yeah, me too.
No, thank you. All of these people were offered the role. All of them turned it down. I can't imagine why, really. The list goes on. Albert Brooks was also offered the role. You might know him from Taxi Driver and Private Benjamin. Those were some of his roles.
I know him from Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
And he was in the movie Drive, too.
Yeah, and, I guess what the millennials might know him from is, he was Marlin in Finding Nemo, and the Zoomers might know him from Finding Dory. So, I don't know about... I still don't see it. What the hell? Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, they're supposed to kick the door open, but then he was just like, I'm going to close the door instead. The AI is going insane around here, man.
Yeah, it's like that scene from
shit.
Evil 4. Oh, wow.
What the fuck's going on? Oh my god.
What the?
Yeah,
that guy's supposed to be here.
It pulled the Black Knight all the way down here. Okay. Yeah.
Do they somehow censor prisons? How's that work?
You know what? I think what this mod actually does is add a 0 to everything's proc range. I'm impressed with my footwork right now. I did a parry earlier, and then I used some iframes.
I saw it.
Yeah. I think it actually adds I think it adds a 0 to everything's like proc range. So like everything like they had a proc range. Like if it's within 10 meters, go and attack. So like adding a 0 means if it's within 100 meters, go get it.
Go get him, boy.
Yeesh. Yeah, it's pulling everything. But the things that don't have a proc range at all, like the archers here, like that guy, those guys with the fire bombs, they don't move at all. And I think it's because they don't really have a proc range. So there was no 0 to add to it.
Yeah, they're just meant to just stay there and do ranged attacks.
Yeah, they move a little bit, but I think it pulls them very little because they already had a very short proc range anyway.
I see.
Okay. Right, so Albert Brooks apparently offered the role, turned it down. In fact, he actively said that he didn't want to play a kid. So
I can't imagine why.
yeah, this role sounds like it's a little poisoned, really. So another person who was offered the role, Jeff Bridges, was considered to play the part. You know what? I don't think that's a terrible decision either. If we're talking about 80s Jeff Bridges, I could see it, perhaps.
Yeah, kind of.
I feel like what most people would have known him from is, like, Tron and Starman at that point. So, probably a good consideration. He kind of has a junior-looking face, at least in the 80s. Certainly not now, but...
Not that yet, but kind of, yeah.
Alright, this one's absolutely insane. I can't believe this is true. John Travolta.
No way.
Actually, yeah, John Travolta, 80s John Travolta, not cool 70s Saturday Night Fever, or even like 90s comeback era John Travolta with Pulp Fiction, 80s John Travolta. He wanted the part, apparently. Like,
why would he?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just like, he apparently wanted the part of a 12-year-old in an adult's body. But apparently the studio wasn't interested for no reason given. I can't imagine why. It's not like his career was in a big slump or anything at the time.
Was it?
Okay. Oh, yes, absolutely. People don't really like 80s Travolta's work.
Oh, so it's more fun acting thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was cancelled or something.
We didn't have canceling in the 80s,
yeah, you're right.
Man.
I wasn't there to know about it, but I'll take your word for it.
Canceling has always existed. It's just back then we called it execution.
Yeah, the firing squad.
Yeah. Have a cigarette, blindfold. Okay,
and wait to get cancelled.
So John Travolta wanted it, didn't get it. Studio wasn't interested. Another person considered, Sean Penn. Which is a little weird to me, because apparently they deemed that he was too young for the part. I mean, like, that's weird
too
because
young for what?
He was
too young to be a 30-year-old man?
Well, he was 28 at the time. And, like, he was dating Madonna, and it's just like, I don't think anyone's going to confuse Sean Penn for being a 12-year-old. Like, come on. And, like, I don't see it either as a... Like, the reason why he shouldn't be cast is because I don't see it. Like, Sean Penn's mostly known for his dramatic roles. Like, is mostly well known for, like, his yelling and screaming.
Yeah, not
and
comedy.
Crying while yelling. He's not a comedic actor. No. So that's out. This is another insane one. Gary Busey, the meme factory himself, auditioned for the role. That means there's an audition tape. There's an audition tape somewhere out there of Gary Busey acting like a 12-year-old. We need to find it. The world needs to know.
The most important lost media.
Oh, by the way, the Taurus demon got super dunked on.
I was just looking at Google Images and I missed it.
It was just Moonlight Blade and just dunk on him.
Yeah, Moonlight
Blade. So Gary Busey,
really OP.
Yeah, Gary Busey got dunked on too. Actually, apparently, when he auditioned for the role, they felt like he wasn't a convincing adult. Like, no joke, they didn't think that he could pull off being an adult. That's insane, right?
That's like an insult. Somebody.
Yeah. I mean, like
So they're high.
around that time, he would have been in Lethal Weapon, or like later he would have been in Predator 2, or Under Siege. You telling me that Gary Busey, who was like an actual adult past the age of 30 at the time, couldn't convincingly play an adult? He was too convincing as the 12-year-old, apparently.
It looks like it.
Okay. So, we're gonna have to take a turn here, because we're gonna take a turn to Racistville. Oh, hi, Solaire.
Oh, yeah. Are you going
if only I could be
line?
so grossly... Yeah, we can do Solaire's plotline. Oh, wait! Am I gonna do it? Oh my god,
He's gonna
this
do
is pre-recorded.
He's going for it.
I'm gonna do it!
Oh! Oh, yeah.
The memes are alive!
It's not a meme, it's more than that.
It's a way of life.
Exactly.
Andy Garcia was offered the role to play a 12-year-old in a 30-year-old's body as an adult. He read for the part, actually, but apparently a studio executive, who shall not be named, pulled a racism and said that he was not going to spend millions of dollars to, quote, turn a kid into a Puerto Rican.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's just like, Puerto Ricans, they're not kids at any point in their lives.
Apparently not.
Which still an extra racism, because Andy Garcia is not Puerto Rican, he's actually Cuban.
Looks like he couldn't tell the difference, huh?
No. I think it's even dumber when you actually dig into it, because the actress they hired to play the mother of the 12-year-old that turns into an adult, she was part Cuban. It feels like there's a missed opportunity there.
Oh,
just ugh.
Yeah, it would make sense, kind of, to, no, maybe there's I guess there's just two races for that.
Yeah, it's a casting decision that makes sense if it wasn't so...
exactly.
If a 80s executive didn't step in and pull a racism. Yeah. Everything that got respawned is now rushing towards me on the bridge right now.
That's silly.
Okay. So, we have one last stop into Insaneville before we eventually land on Tom Hanks. There's one last person who was apparently cast in the role, and it was Robert De Niro.
Please. Oh, God.
Yeah, no,
oh, God.
Just Robert De Niro. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so you're telling me the star, Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver, could have played the part of a 12-year-old in an adult's body. That's insane. I should have done this in the editing, but I included this entire bit that's going to take 1,000 years. That's right, folks. You're here for the long haul. We're here for the long haul. We try to get this sword real quick.
I do need it. Don't you already have it?
Boy. Oh, I have to get it, because I was going for the platinum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I need all the unique weapons, and the Drake sword is a unique weapon, so I gotta get it. I mean, over the past 10 years, I've skipped it, of course. So, who the hell needs it other than on your very first run?
Yeah.
When you're a
noob.
What happened here? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pulling enemies from everywhere, even while I'm shooting here. Yeah.
Can't you see I'm shooting here? like a New York accent?
Yeah. Yeah.
I tried.
So, yeah, Robert De Niro was apparently cast, which means that he had to play at least some part of it, right? I know that, it says that he dropped out due to scheduling conflicts, but he had to have been involved at some point. He had to have been on set playing the part of a 12-year-old as an adult.
Yeah, maybe that's an audition tape somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be more than audition tape. There has to be actual role for it with him on set.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And finally, the line drops to Tom Hanks, who apparently, due to some news, he wasn't particularly enthused for the role either.
I can't
Um,
imagine why. I mean, it's
all
the
right,
kind of role that can like make make you into typecasting.
it's the kind of role where it can kind of break your career, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's that guy
Yeah,
who acts like a
yeah,
child.
exactly. Like
Not gonna,
and all the other movies will be like similar to that. Like
yeah,
you're gonna get
it's
typecast.
yeah. Honestly, I actually would. You know what? I have an actor in mind who could have played the
Oh,
role in the 80s as a child with an adult's body. You know who would have played that perfectly?
Robin Williams.
Uh, yes, I was just gonna say that Robin Williams. Uh,
Yeah,
it's a perfect casting as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
yeah, I
later
can
in
see
his
it.
career, yeah, Robin Williams would play a kid with an adult's body more literally in Jack, but that was more of a drama and about a debilitating condition where it was actually like premature aging.
Yes.
And that one was a lot more less. That was a lot less fun. That was more of a take me seriously and give me an Oscar kind of role. But if they actually
Yeah,
played it
it's
for
weird how
comedy,
Robin Williams can both play drama movies and like really goofy comedy movies at the same time.
he's got he's got range. He's got range. Uh, but I feel like if they actually played it for comedy, it actually would have been pretty funny with Robin Williams. It's just like,
Yeah.
but I guess like even in the '80s, Robin Williams was huge. Like around this time, he was doing like Good Morning Vietnam and like Dead Poets Society. So like, there's still a few years before he becomes absolutely inescapably huge when he plays the genie in Disney's Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
quite.
That Poets Society used to be broadcasted in Turkish TV all the time.
Mm,
Good times. Yeah, like
hmm
it's the time where where you don't have anything else to play. You just play movies like Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, I get you. Um,
Yeah, the classics.
uh, I think Tom Hanks plays the role admirably because essentially he has to. He basically just plays it like a 12-year-old. In fact, because like he's overly obsessed with like toys and games and whatnot, but like he's surrounded by adults that expect him to like to banquets and drink alcohol and whatnot. So it's he does the part pretty well. Again, there's a reason why he would eventually become a bigger name. Um, I just feel like Robin Williams could have played it better. Like it would have made it like so much more funny if it were Robin Williams.
Yeah, like it sounds like the kind of role that Robin Williams would enjoy.
Yeah. You know what? There were actually a lot of movies in the '80s that were focused on people were shifting ages radically. Apparently, like there were another movie that came out that year was called Like Father Like Son. It had Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron, and that's the one where they
Kirk Cameron.
yeah, Kirk Cameron and Dudley Moore, and that's the one where they also like swap places. There was also 18 Again, that came out the year, same year, in fact, actually.
Same here.
Yeah,
Man, what's with 80s and like age swapping stuff?
and that's not all. There was also Vice Versa. That was also had some age swapping going around. That was with Fred Savage and Judge Reinhold. And then there was like 14 going on 30. That was a made-for-TV movie. Came out the same
Oh.
year. Uh, yeah, it feels like, was there just a thing in the 80s where it's just like people were likening the rich yuppies of the world to basically being adult children or something?
Must have been Ronald Reagan, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, whelpity whelp. Yeah,
Well,
that's my
I'm glad
fun.
that 80s are done and over with.
Yeah, now we just have to listen to 80s throwback music for the rest of our fucking lives.
Yeah, like 10, 20 years later, it'll be the 90s throwbacks. And
People,
it's just an infinite loop.
people keep telling me that like the '80s are making the '90s are going to make a comeback and whatnot. And
They don't.
they keep telling me that, and I still am not seeing it. It's just like, isn't it always weird when people keep telling you that like decades-old trends are coming back? Oh, hey, we got the Drake sword.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, my stubbornness.
That was getting boring.
My stubbornness finally pulled through. Let's continue, shall we? Okay. So it's kind of weird how like people keep saying we need to bring back trends. Like I remember.
No, we don't.
I remember.
I want new things.
I remember when people were saying like, "Hey guys, when the 2020s roll around, let's bring back the Roaring 20s. Let's bring back Prohibition and Flappers." I'm not kidding.
Yeah, let's ban alcohol again, just like the 50s.
Just like in the Prohibition era.
You know what we need to bring back? World War II.
Oh,
Vietnam.
That would be in the following decades. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're doing a lot of ladder.
They just slide back down just to beat
It's just
him.
like the Black Knight jumped down here. It's like, fuck it, I'm out. It's just Jesus.
It's funny.
Yeah, just wogged all of them to death. Just wog. Get out of here. Give me room. Yeah, the thing is that I knew I was going to be playing this modded version, so I wanted to have the right spread of stuff in order to get myself out of jams. I was considering some options of what exactly I wanted to use to get through this, because, yeah, Black Knight down in the sewers, very unconventional. I was considering my options, and that's the R2 right there for Obsidian.
Oh, okay.
I was going to do some stuff like some pyromancies, like Firestorm or Power Within, in order to clear out crowds or get a power boost. But I felt like Chaos Storm took too long to take. Chaos Storm took too long to cast because I didn't have like 45 in dexterity, and I found the Obsidian Greatsword's R2 actually did the job much better than. It's faster. It has just as much range. So the R2 for the Obsidian Greatsword is the better option. It just takes a lot of your durability of your weapon. Boom.
No.
Got past those guys. It's
Okay,
gotta.
here's a question. Why do you have Sunlight Blade and Dark Moon Blade separately?
Uh,
Isn't Dark Moon Blade just Sunlight Blade but better?
no. These actually do two different damage types. Actually, Dark Moon Blade is pure magic. Sunlight Blade is actually electrical damage. It does electricity damage. So it's good to have two different damage types, and this is an augmentation-focused build. So it's all built about having low stats to boost low damage stats to focus more on endurance and health, while having while boosting yourself with the fly papers and the fire papers, excuse me, and faith build as well with the Sunlight Blade and Dark Moon Blade. So it doesn't have the raw stats to take on things, but it's more built around boosting yourself pretty strong and just having the health and the endurance to tank everything. Having a high weight stat so that you can put on heavier armor. Have extra health as well. Yeah, an extra health as well with the mask. Yeah, we're getting swarmed by enemies right now. Yeah, knights are getting pulled around everywhere. Yeah, it takes a lot longer, of course, because everything's constantly swarming me. These guys are going to hunt me down to the undead bearish bonfire if I don't take care of them.
Hunt down the undead.
Hunt down the undead.
Chosen undead. Hunt down the chosen undead.
Hunt down the hollow. Yeah, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, the next Birkin game.
Yeah, he took on Half-Life last time. Now it's time to take on Dark Souls. Destroy another classic. Why not?
Yeah, good for him.
Jeez.
Man, this is getting crazy.
Yeah, I have to consider my options because, like, if I hit a bonfire, things are going to respawn and they're just going to swarm me again.
Can't you just lit the bonfire and not sit on it?
No, because I still gotta.
Do they still respawn if you
Oh,
just lit the bonfire and then leave it?
yeah, of course they respawn. It's Dark Souls. If you hit the bonfire, yeah, they respawn.
I thought you had to like rest in the bonfire for them to
Yeah,
respawn.
you have to. Well, all this is New Game Plus 3, so all the bonfires are already lit.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought
there's.
yeah, okay, you had to relit them when you start the new game plus. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. They're already set as soon as you use them the first time. Okay. We're also going to take the canon path with Lautric's storyline here. We're not going to kick him off the ledge. We already have plenty of rings of favor. Favor rings, the FAP rings, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. Anyway, did you have something you wanted to share?
Oh yeah, I did. So you know Warner Bros, right?
Ah, yes. Of
Yeah,
course I
you know
do.
they had all the classic cartoons, like uh, what was it called? The Running Bird, the Roadrunner.
Roadrunner, yes,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Roadrunner. So like they were supposed, so Warner Brothers was supposed to have a live action movie, like live action animation movie, Coyote versus Acme. It's like a Jessica Rabbit kind of movie with like live action footage and 2D animation at the same time.
Oh, okay. By Jessica Rabbit, you mean Who Framed
Yeah.
Roger Rabbit. I get you.
Oh yeah, sorry. That.
Alright,
So
yeah.
like the movie has got quite the history, but what happened was that in like 2023 they managed to like finish the movie completely, you know,
Okay.
and it passed the post production, it passed the test views, and it got like a 90% approval rate from the test views, which is like really
Okay.
high.
So, yeah, the focus
Yeah.
groups liked it, sure.
Yeah. And like what happened was that, the CEO decided to shelve the movie so that they could get a tax cut,
Another one?
like a 30 million dollar tax cut. Yeah, like they also did that with like Batgirl 2, but like the
Yeah.
problem with Batgirl 2, like everyone knew it was shit, so like no one was really upset about it.
No.
But
I was there. There were a lot of
oh,
people that were upset. And, like, the
oh,
whole,
sorry
like,
about that.
the thing you gotta understand is that, like, is the tax write-off really, like, getting you as much money as it would if we're actually putting out the complete film? And I feel like, in Batgirl's case, people are curious enough that it actually would bring enough attention
Oh.
since it was the first one that was shelved. And it's not, like, the one you're talking about, the Looney Tunes related one. What's it called again? Coyote and
So
what?
Coyote versus Acme.
Oh, Coyote
You
versus
know,
Acme. Okay.
because
Yeah.
Coyote always buys his weapons from Acme, and like they all explode in his face, so he
Yeah.
decides to sue them. And like John Cena is his lawyer. John Cena is Coyote's lawyer, which I found it to be
Okay.
pretty funny.
Yeah, alright, so this
So
would be like the third time that Warner Brothers Discovery had shelved
yeah,
something
like
for a tax
so
write-off.
Netflix not no offered to buy them, but like they kind of like asked for way too much money, like 80 million. And like the
Yeesh.
tax cutoff was supposed to be like 30 million, so like they're really overreaching it. And like
Nah.
now they're planning to actually delete the movie altogether. Like it's going to become lost media if something new doesn't happen.
Hashtag,
Which I find to be
hashtag, fire David Zaslav. That's what I say. We gotta get that
no.
hashtag trending.
Someone needs to hack the Warner Brothers servers and get the fucking movie out there.
Yeah. And what are they gonna
And
do?
like
They gonna sue for a movie that they weren't going to put out?
yeah,
Really?
exactly. No, like
They're just
it's sort of like burning down the building to get the
yeah.
insurance money.
It is.
It just sounds so immoral to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So, we brought up DC since it's related to Warner Brothers Discovery.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to ask you a question because James Gunn is going to ask you a question, Beetorias.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah, James Gunn is asking the people who should Dave Bautista play in the new DC universe? Because it's been it's very historically well known that James Gunn, great director, he did the Guardians movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies for Marvel, and now he's the showrunner basically for the new DC property. I'm currently fighting the Titanite demon.
Yeah, I suppose like he's supposed to like revive the DC cinematic universe.
Yeah,
The one
since
that Zack Snyder messed up.
Yeah, they're shelving Snyder. Good riddance. But James Gunn he's casting a lot of people to play various superheroes. But he's asking you, who should Dave Bautista play? Dave Bautista, of course, big name actor, played Drax in Guardians. More recently, he was in The Glass Onion with Rian Johnson as director. And he's the real question is like, who should Dave Bautista play? And he's asking you, who do you think? Yeah.
I mean, personally, I would either say like Aquaman or Cyborg, but maybe he's not. No, maybe he's not like black enough for Cyborg. I don't know.
Yeah, we already have enough Aquaman. We already had an Aquaman movie come out last year. Might want to shelve that character for a while. Yeah, I guess that's why James Gunn is asking. It's like
maybe he's supposed to like bring back a new DC character that hasn't been made into a movie.
You know what? Yeah, that I believe that like he should be a character that we haven't already seen.
I mean,
how much of a comics? How much of a comic books fan are you to know
that well? To be honest,
yeah, okay. That was
I know
Constantine,
but no, I don't think Dave would do that. I don't.
No,
think
they already have who's going to play Constantine anyway.
Well, okay.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, that sounds cool. I'd watch that.
Like 20 years ago, Keanu Reeves played Constantine in an unrelated Constantine movie. And now it's like, let's bring Keanu back. Let's get him to play Constantine again. Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. I'm thinking of like
Superman. You know about the DC universe? Superman? That wouldn't do at all.
No. I'm thinking of Superman-related characters. Like,
well, maybe he could play like a villain.
I don't know. Maybe. You know what? I have a crazy idea.
Like Galactus, maybe. I don't know. No,
Galactus is Marvel. Galactus is Marvel. He should play Darkseid. He should play the new Darkseid.
Yeah, that's what that. Okay, that makes sense.
I think that if you get Dave Bautista to like be the new Darkseid, I think he could be pretty sinister.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. He has the physique.
Yeah, not only that, but he has the presence because like Darkseid's whole bit is that like
intimidating.
Darkseid's whole thing is that he sits upon his throne and he lives on like his apocalypse planet and whatnot. It's just like he's like Dracula, you know. He's the guy at the very end of the line. He sends out the plebs. He's the final boss. He sends out all the plebs to do his dirty work while he stands there, his arms behind his back, as his minions do his bidding. I could see Dave Bautista doing that, right? I mean, he played a heel in wrestling once, didn't he? He could do it.
Oh yeah, he played a heel, so you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of his area of expertise.
Yeah. Just
maybe we could have Rock to play another Marvel hero, so they can fight each other. Sorry, DC hero.
I feel like The Rock is way too egotistical. He already did Black Adam, so like he's not gonna take any side characters.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay. Gargoyle fight. Iframes. Going for the tail.
You're going for the weapon? Okay.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
That was quick.
Yeah, I brought Solaire in. You're actually going to see a lot of NPCs brought in for boss fights, just because I like having them there.
Yeah, it's nostalgic.
Yeah. It's not only just nostalgic. I feel like it's should be part of the experience, really. Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
It's not.
Oh,
What?
where's the other one? Where's the other gargoyle?
I already took care of them both. We're done.
Okay, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, with the obsidian greatsword, I just dunked on the both of them.
Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna go like a lightning for the first few bosses, I suppose.
Absolutely, yes.
And that's a good thing.
All right. Okay. What else do I have here? Okay. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Not really, not my kind of thing.
Okay.
But I've seen the memes and stuff.
I was not ready for T-Swizzle, Taylor Swift, to win the Super Bowl, honestly.
Yeah, Taylor Swift always wins, huh?
Where is that image of her with the Lombardi trophy, is all I'm saying.
Have you seen that picture of Joe Biden with the deep fried red eyes?
Yeah, I mean,
just like we drew it up.
That's the latest example of boomers not understanding memes, because we already had Joe Biden with red eyes, and that was being done by conservative
15
grifters
years
and
ago.
whatnot. That was being done by conservative grifters a long time ago. And I get the feeling that some intern, handed some picture off to, one of the cabinet and showed it to Joe at some point. And it's just like, is this what the kids are into?
Like, when I first saw it on Twitter, I thought that Joe Biden's profile was hacked or something. It just looks so uncanny and strange.
This is absolutely boomers not understanding memes. And it's really...
It looks like it.
It's just them being like, well, what is it? No, sorry. It's not them being, well, what is it? It's actually them not understanding memes, but also being like, we need to get the young voters involved, you know?
Yeah, you're not going to get the young voters with like a 80 or senile man. Sorry.
Nah. People were saying Joe was senile 20 years ago at this point.
I mean, they were probably right.
Oh, well. But you know what? Not a bad game. I thought Usher was great.
Do you have a favorite team?
No.
American football team?
I'm not a football fan, unfortunately. Most of my friends are, though. So I understand it by proxy, really. You know what I like to do? I like to screw with them. I'm gonna say this on the video podcast. They'll probably hear this and then call me out or something. But I like to screw with them and be like, really, when the way to be a sports fan when you don't know anything about sports is to just let them do most of the talking. Because all you got to do is just be like, you know what? I think the Bills got it together this year, and then they'll just explode on you and go off for 30 minutes. You know?
I just gotta provoke them and watch the world burn.
Yeah, it's just and you don't call yourselves fanboys.
Nah, that's totally fanboys.
You know what? Those Dolphins, I think they got a good draft pick this year. I think they're going to do well. And it's just let them do all the talking.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some friends that are really into regular football, not American football. No, British football, as they say.
Uh-huh. It's soccer, right?
That's it's soccer, called? Exactly.
Soccer.
Yeah, it's big in European countries.
Oh yeah,
and in
absolutely.
Turkey too.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't really follow it.
This punk right here is going to get super dunked on later. I'm coming back
guy.
for you. I'm coming back for
Why
that
don't you
guy
just
later.
kill him now?
No. You actually need her in the church first before you can kill him.
Okay.
Otherwise, it won't work.
Okay, this is for the quest line then.
Yeah.
So
well, looky here.
Oh yeah.
Who might you be, sir?
You handsome son of a bitch. Yeah, he's such a creep. I don't like him.
Absolutely not. No. But we're gonna let events play out as they should. We're not gonna kick him off the ledge or anything.
Oh, so you're just trying to do all of the NPC storylines at once.
I'm gonna try to do the NPC storylines as you're supposed to, yeah. I think I did skip out on a few. I don't think I did Big Hat Logan's quest line at all. I think I just left him locked there in Sen's fortress, actually.
Sucks for
Which
him.
is sucks for
This is
him.
kind of
This
funny.
is. Can you imagine? Asshole. Can you
Like you
imagine?
didn't kill the Farthing Shrine.
Yeah, we're gonna lose Firelink Shrine, but we're gonna come back here later. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. I have some other news, actually. This is a little bit
By the
more
way,
involved.
where are we heading now? Where are we heading next?
I think at this point we actually need to make our way towards Lower Blighttown and then to the bridge. Since we're done with the gargoyles.
Oh yeah, we need
We're
to we need to go to Blighttown. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Eventually we're gonna be in Blighttown. Yeah, we're taking the cannon path, so we're gonna be on our way to Darkroot Garden and Basin. We're gonna meet up with Havel, probably.
And kill him.
Havel, my boy. Why is it that everyone wears your armor, especially all the noobs? Everyone's fat rolling their way to victory.
You won't see anybody fat rolling in Dark Souls 3 because Poise
You
doesn't
will.
do jack shit.
Yeah, exactly. And you won't see me fat rolling. I've never fat rolled in my life. Only if I'm testing out
I've never rolled
weight
fat
requirement.
roll in my life.
Yeah, I'm not big into blocking. I'm a big iframes and parry fan. Like, I've been doing it long enough, after all.
Yeah, I don't think that tank will really work for Dark Souls in general.
Actually, you would be wrong. The thing is that a lot of people, especially when they tell newcomers to come in, I know there's like, they'll come in and tell you, like, nah, get a great shield with high stability and a spear, and you'll do fine. And it's just like, my brain doesn't work like that anymore. Like maybe, like 10, 12 years ago, I might have done something like that.
Yeah, like after playing Bloodborne, you'll never enjoy that ever again.
After playing Bloodborne, after playing Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring as well.
And Sekiro.
Now, yeah, but even before Dark Souls 3 came out, oh shit, the media player came up. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't look at that. Didn't happen. Yeah, but even before Dark Souls 3 came out and Bloodborne, I was there, son. Like, I was there. I have not parried the world, but I have parried a few continents, is all I'm saying.
Parried a few continents.
Yeah, I'm no expert. I just happen to know everything. It's just a matter of making my fingers do it, too.
Yeah, muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. I played this game at release, and I'm still playing it as of 2023. Do you think that I wouldn't have got some shit down at this point? Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I would be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. So I have some other news. This one's more involved.
This is for this is the gate for the DLC, right?
No, this gate is not for the DLC. This is a regular. This is just to get to the second part. I'm hitting the wall because the NPCs, the enemies on the other side, are being pulled by the aggression mod. Oh. You can actually hear them. I can't hit them through the wall.
That is funny.
I can't hit them through the wall. It's too thick. Thick. But
it's fun that why there's a fog gate there.
Well, technically there is a boss in this area, so it makes sense to separate it with a fog gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying as hard as possible to get us this next news section, since it's an involved one. Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. So it's on the way. Boy. But we've been
good.
Yeah, they've been drip feeding us news of various flavors that have been kind of questionable. iframe. There we go.
Always works.
Yeah. No twop today, son. No twop. So we've been drip fed some news on Netflix's Avatar series. The first one I heard after the release date was put out. Apparently they're gonna. Our boy Aang, who already had a pretty involved journey, that is going to be made even more serious this time.
Does that imply that original Avatar isn't serious?
Yeah,
Right.
that's the kind of the crux of the problem of every live action recreation of any kids show, where it's just like live action means that we have to take things seriously now, as if
Yeah,
it's
like
only legitimate.
that's silly. Like that's what people thought like in 80s and 70s.
Yeah, it's just like it really comes back to old movie executives who have an archaic view of how animated movies and live action movies work. Where this comes back to like the Disney live action movies, where it's just like it's for
Yeah.
kids, but if we remake it live action, then it's serious now because only adults go to see serious live action movies.
Yeah,
And like
only
this is the same
that's
thing.
a very bad idea.
Aang, the main character of The Last Airbender, already had a very involved journey.
Yeah.
Almost led to his death, in fact, and some serious scars. And like the thing is that that journey was memorable, not for being all the time serious. It was memorable because it had ups and downs. It had joyous moments and it had serious moments. It meant that the whole thing had a juxtaposition to it. That's what
It's
makes
like
it
a wide
memorable.
range of emotions and not just
Yeah, like
one
an actual
particular
human
thing.
being, not just
Who
serious
would
all
have
the
thought?
time. There's
Like what
actually
they what they gonna do? Like they're gonna make turn him into like son of the Shadow of the Hedgehog?
Shadow the Hedgehog again. Jesus, man. You know
Yeah,
what?
I have to bring that guy up every episode for some reason.
This reminds me of something J. Michael Straczynski brought up. He's the writer for. He was the showrunner for Babylon 5 and the Real Ghostbusters.
I've heard those.
Yeah. He also wrote Spider Man for a while, the
Huh.
comics.
Damn.
He has this interview where he says, like, if you make everything funny, nothing is funny. Make everything serious, nothing is serious. So
Yeah,
it's
that
a
is a good quote.
it's a good quote because it says that you should make things both. Because if it makes the funny moments funnier, it makes the serious moments more serious.
Yeah, even in drawing, that's the case. You have to like make contrast between light and dark, otherwise you
Mm-hmm.
can't tell them apart.
Mm-hmm. Some
Exactly.
other changes that they have been bringing up. Sokka, one of the important main characters that's along Aang's journey. Apparently, there's an article saying that his sexism is going to be brought down a notch, which is fine. I mean, it's different times and whatnot, so some changes are necessary, especially if they don't reflect the mindset of what people want to see. But even
I mean,
talking about in the context of the
even back in
show,
the day, I thought Sokka's plotline was fine. No, he learned his lesson after all.
yeah,
Who
and
cares? Like,
and the whole like sexism thing is has very little presence anyway. It's mostly gone
yeah,
by like season 4 of excuse me, not season 4, episode 4 of season 1. Because that's when he meets the Kyoshi warriors and they
yeah.
teach him that like women can also be badasses and whatnot. So like it's mostly kind of gone at that point. So like it's not like it was that
That big of a deal, anyways.
that big of a deal to begin with. I mean, like you're supposed to think Sokka at the start is just like big fish in a small pond that thinks he's important until he actually gets out
Yeah,
there, and suddenly now he's the small fish. So like that's his season 1 arc, really.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Some other changes apparently. Well, maybe even less so. Paku is a character important in season 1 towards the end. He actually is the waterbending master that teaches Katara and Aang. Uh, in his episodes, he actually is excluding Katara because she's a girl. It's not tradition for a girl to learn waterbending and whatnot. Apparently,
That's stupid.
apparently Netflix's version, the actor playing Paku, apparently says that his misogyny will be intact. So they get rid of Sokka's misogyny,
Yeah,
but they keep Paku's for some reason. I feel like this is more of the sense of like we've got a storyline involved here. We need something that reflects the times, and like old men being sexist That makes sense. But, of course, there are no young men in the world that are
What
sexist.
the hell? This is really bad. You gotta run.
Yeah, I'm taking on, like, all these crystal boys at the same time. Woof!
This isn't
Yeah.
good. Oh.
Yeesh! Yeah.
Oh
This
god.
is the real problem with the aggression mod, because what it really does is that it pulls enemies together. So, like, you can't, like, take things one-on-one, really. Like, there's always one other guy right behind the
Yeah,
other.
you always have to deal with like crowd control.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to have a strong enough build to actually take care of crowds with, like, the Obsidian Greatswords R2 and with Wrath of the Gods, which is good moves, good fast
so-
casting times that can take on crowds.
When you use R2 with the Sonic Blade, does it also deal electric damage?
Yeah, every buff that you put on is just a flat damage modifier relevant to its damage type.
Nice.
Got super dunked right there.
Oh.
Whoop it! Oh, parry.
You're going for the parry?
Parry fail right there. Nah. Backstab. Backstab, son.
Go for it.
Nah. You and me, let's go. Jesus. Yeah. I don't know, my parry was not on point today. Come on. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yeah. I'm used to backstabbing Havel, really. He's very slow, so it's easy to pull off. It's actually not very advantageous to parry him, because usually I do it when I have, like, 0 levels involved anyway. So it's better to just completely stay out of the way of his strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first killed him, I did a bunch of backstabs.
Exactly.
And running away.
Mm-hmm. So this
Yeah,
Netflix
it's tough for a beginner. Anyways.
Yeah. Netflix show for Avatar: Last Airbender is sending out a lot of mixed signals to me. I get the feeling that the whole, like, we're going to keep Paku as a misogynist is trying to be more of a storyline about how, like, the people in charge, old men, is a patriarchy and they're sexist and whatnot. Sounds like a very, like, neoliberal thing to do, really.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I kind of get it, but like also the changes feel very arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like they're supposed to achieve anything in particular, and it's just like, yeah, well we want to do that, so let's fucking do it.
There's one change that's actually really big, and it changes the trajectory of the show itself. I'm not a big fan of this change. Yeah. And it's the decision that they're getting rid of Sozin's Comet. So, in case you don't know, Sozin's Comet is kind of a ticking clock to the show overall. 100 years ago, before the events of Last Airbender, Sozin's Comet was used by firebenders to superpower themselves. And they used it to basically genocide the entire airbending nation. That's why it's called The Last Airbender, in fact.
Yeah.
And they basically, they nuked the whole lot of them all at once.
So genocide doesn't happen in this one?
I don't know. It would have to, right? It's The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Like, how exactly...
that way.
You don't not wipe out, like, an entire nation that are spread across the globe overnight without having some kind of superpower. Did they just burn them normally? I don't see it.
Did they make like a concentration camp thing?
Holy shit!
I don't know. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the kamikaze ones, right?
Yeah, these are the ones. They're doing it. They did that move that I hate. They're doing it simultaneously. Oh man.
I hate it. I hate these things.
They're rushing. Like 4 in a row did it, man.
I hate these guys.
Yeah, I don't understand how exactly.
Oof.
Big fucking oof. Yeah. Back to Netflix's Avatar. I don't understand how exactly they expect us to believe that the Fire Nation wiped out the air nomads. Again, it's there in the name. They're all over the world. Without having some kind of, like, divine power, a meteor coming around and giving them superpowers. And, like, it's a ticking time clock in the show because it's a matter of time before Sozin's Comet comes around every 100 years. And it's going to happen again. So, they decided to get rid of it because they didn't want to have a ticking time clock. Apparently because
Yeah,
the
apparently they want
events...
to have like 9 seasons of this.
Yeah, I don't know about that, son. It's just like, we gotta drag it out because it doesn't make sense for the characters to change it as much as they did in the animated show versus live action. We need more time. You know what?
Yeah,
That's
then why remove comment? Just say it's 2 years away or 3 years away.
Yeah, you know what? Go back to comic books. Because comic books like Marvel Comics, they do stuff like the sliding time scale. Just like, Captain America thawed out of the ice a few years ago, Don't set a specific date to it.
The dogs are just trying to come out.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Can we kill them
Amazing.
through the fog?
Yeah, I can. In fact, they're dead. It makes the fight like 10 times easier.
Yeah.
All these guys rushing.
This is the one instance that makes. This is the one instance where the mod is actually easier.
Yeah, the mod's making things being very helpful. Gonna take this opportunity and take care of them now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, bam! Iframes. I like fighting capitals.
People hated this fight back in the day.
Yeah,
because of those dogs.
Yeah, those dogs are the things that make it difficult. But I actually really like fighting Capras. I think they're a decent fight.
I mean, as an enemy, they're pretty fun. But like the fact that you're in a tight space with 2 additional enemies, it's really messed up.
Yeah,
especially
and dogs,
for a beginner.
And dogs are the fucking worst, man. Jeez.
Yeah, because just get stun locked.
Yeah. So
what's that item?
Oh, it's because I'm full up on lots of items.
Okay.
It's like whatever I'm already full on, like they can't give me any more. It's been happening throughout this whole run thus far. It's just like, gonna give me a homeward bone? Nope, sorry, not gonna happen.
You're full.
Yeah. I feel like the writing for this show is already showing its weakness. If you have to eliminate the ticking clock, then that's a failure on your part, not on the past show. Because, again, just use it to your advantage. Just have a sliding time scale. Well, you don't have to say it's going to be 1 year from now. You're the one writing the story. You could just say a few years from now. And, like, when you're ready to actually do the finale, just like, all right, it's here now.
Yeah, it would have a lot more impact.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But yeah, like, it just feels very arbitrary. No, they have something very specific in mind that they want to do, and they're willing to change to the original story just to get to there.
I'm curious. Do you think they're gonna? Remember how shit Cowboy Bebop's Netflix adaptation was?
Oh yeah,
right?
that shit sucked.
Well, the thing is that they wanted
some
to make.
Some parts were fine, but mostly it sucked.
Yeah. The thing is that they were initially planning to actually make more.
Damn.
Like, I understand some people could be like, hey, having more Cowboy Bebop in the world can only be a good thing. Make some new original stories and whatnot.
I mean, at that point, you're just hurting the original material.
Yeah.
By making stuff like this.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back here.
Yeah, we're back. Classic Dark Souls, we got in a loop. But it's just a little hard to get through the door. Everything's coming at me at once.
This looks like a Monty Python scene.
It's just like
many enemies in this narrow staircase.
Yeah, they're all going to
start.
It's going to descend into handbag slapping and whatnot, just like the Python sketch.
Yeah.
Oof. All right.
Well, we made it.
We made it.
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your efforts.
Okay, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today then.
Oh yeah, sure.
I feel like we need to piecemeal out the events as they go on. We already did a lot today. Okay.
Yeah. So next time we're gonna do the Sense Fortress. Oh no, we gotta go to Blighttown first. Shit.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff. We still gotta get down to Quaylag and everything. We got a lot of stuff before we can get to Sen's
boy.
Fortress. Right. So this has been a chat around the bonfire. We are playing Dark Souls Aggression Modded. We hope you enjoyed. If you want to see some further content, you can check out my TikTok at Ody Knight, the Lifetime Backlog.
Maybe you can like put the links of the mods in like the description of the video.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that, of course.
Okay.
No problem. All right, and we're gonna see y'all next time. Later.
Later.